What's up, everybody? It is your sis and your friend Crystal Whitaker right here on the Morning Jam podcast, where we talk about any and everything. Personal, old snaps and claps. It's a dang good day to talk about a few things. So let's get into it. What's up, everybody? It is your sis and your friend Crystal Whitaker right here on the Morning Jam podcast, and I'm super excited to have my super guest here, the one and only J-Nibb. What's up?
The one, the only. I'm here. It's real. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do this. Let's get into it. So I'm super excited because we've already been talking, having a good conversation already. So let the people know where you're from. Originally from, because we know you're here in the A now. And what do you do?
So, the name is J-Nibb. I am from a small town in Ohio called Piqua. That's P-I-Q-U-A. Barely anybody ever pronounces it right.
Okay.
That's what it is. After the Peconian Indians. They was there. It was real. And that's what we got the name after. And then, God ended up calling me to move back in 2016. Started doing a lot of praying, and then he just kept directing that it was here to Georgia, and actually ended up in the very city. If we get into that whole testimony, pretty amazing. Ended up in the exact city where he even brought up and told me about, and now I've been down here living for just hit over 3 years, and I'm a musician, artist, producer, songwriter, dabble in the engineering, and but that's my main thing is actually being the artist, the rapper on the mic. Me and my drummer, we travel, tour around, putting out music for the Lord, and then I got a couple of my own businesses that I have that I started up as well.
Yeah,
that's growing and doing real nice.
That's nice. Good. Yeah. I'm glad it's going real nice.
Oh yeah, real nice.
So how's it different from living in Ohio and now in the A in Georgia?
Man, listen. So what I tell a lot of these folks down here is a lot of them, they like to complain about their weather. And I'm like, y'all have no idea how really good you actually got it down here in Georgia. Because it's like, I tell them it's basically flipped like the wintertime. Because it's basically like, you get like 7 to 8 months of just great weather down here, or even longer. But then up there, it's literally flipped. So it's like 7 to 8 months of like cold, harsh weather. So just one straight off of that, the weather is amazing. Here, like there's still like blue skies and sunshine throughout the wintertime. In Ohio, it's like basically just like picture like a cloudy, rainy day down here in Georgia, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, it's like that almost throughout the whole winter in Ohio.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's way more than 3 or 4 months, so it's a whole lot. So it's like real tough winter and everything. So I definitely love the weather, whole lot better. I love the diversity here. I love that there's a little bit of like almost like every culture, it seems, all in one spot. Because I'm a firm believer in bridging the gap between all people. Because we truly are one, and the only way to really bridge that gap is through communication. So I love to be able to speak with them, you know what I'm saying, and really learn a lot from the Jamaican culture since I've been here, a lot from the Ethiopian culture, and just talking to a bunch of them, learning different foods and their different cultures and styles and places. And because one of my plans that I got to go to is like Jamaica and stuff. So,
nice.
You know what I'm saying? Talking with them, now they let me know like beyond the tourist places to go, but actual like the local places to go. And that's what I love. So
I can't wait to go to Bahamas. You've been to one place that I'm dying to go to.
Yeah. Well, I ain't been to the Bahamas yet. I was just telling you that's where I've just done business for them in the Bahamas.
Yeah. Okay, got you.
But yeah, so I would say definitely the weather, opportunities, and just the diversity of people. I just love it. And then all the other little things in between. It's been really great too and stuff. God knew he was bringing me to the right place.
Yeah.
So it was great because I had no plans of ever going and moving to Georgia. I've been there before, like from tours and doing shows and stuff, but to actually move to it wasn't on my radar. So but he knew what he was doing. He's smart like that.
I know. I think like the first time that I traveled here was to go to TD Jakes' Woman That I Lose conference in here, and when I was driving in, and I was like, yeah, this is the place that I want to be. And it's been years ago, years. Like, and then now to see that I'm actually here is like really amazing. Like you said, the diversity here is just amazing. Like, just seeing all the growth and all the, support and love. And then you have those that hate us. So, so you definitely grow from each side, the good and with the negative. So has there been that very much for you here?
As in
the hate? Good and the hate and negative.
Yeah, I mean, I feel wherever you go in life, just for right now, I've only been able to be all throughout you know, the U.S. in a lot of different places, from East Coast to West Coast and all that. I was going out the country in 2019, but we all know what stopped that.
Right.
And
COVID.
yeah. So hopefully soon enough, if not the end of this year for the tour, next year, hopefully praying God's will get overseas now. But yeah, I mean, what I've learned is that everywhere you go, you know, it's going to be negative and positive. And that's just what life is. Life is part negative. So you got to learn how to deal with it. And if you learn how to deal with the negativity in life and you get your perception on point.
Using it as your stepping stone.
Yeah, you're going to be able to perceive things differently because nothing changes around us. We have to change on the inside. Absolutely, so I tell people in order to win, you got to change within. And if you don't change within, you're never going to win because, you know, people find a lot of things to complain about. Georgia, Ohio, Cali, New York, Tennessee, don't matter where you go. But I talk to a lot of people and they say, you know, oh, I just need a fresh start. I just need to get over stuff. No, you make your fresh start where you are because your fresh start has to start with you.
Absolutely.
And if you go and move someplace else for a fresh start, it's just all going to end up finding you then there at that same place. So a lot of
good.
a lot of people try to run from problems, but problems are challenges. And challenges in life, when you overcome, that's how you become.
It's definitely growth.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing is that, you know, wherever I go, I'm going to see negativity, but I'm a big believer in finding the positive in everything. Because I got the mindset ingrained in me as Romans 8:28. And it says all things work out for those who love the Lord and do according to his will. It doesn't say everything except for this thing. You know what I'm saying? Or you know, a couple of these things, but certainly not that. No, every single thing works out in the favor. So even when it looks terrible and even when it's rough and tough and I don't like the stuff, I know it's still going to all work out in my favor.
We can tell that you're a rap because you just blend everything.
But that's how I deal, you know, even with the negativity, like, you know, of all kinds. I've met a lot of it, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I won't go into it, but if you bring up the certain issue, I will talk about that as well. But, you know, it's like everything, but I just, you know, continue to see the light and the positive in all of it because there's positives in everything.
Yeah.
We just gotta try to see it. Like it's easy to see the negative, you know?
Yeah.
But anything worth having in life is worth keeping. And positivity is something people want. Well, positivity sometimes takes work.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. So what brought you to becoming a rapper? What was it?
Man, so it was my brother. It was basically little brother wanted to be like big brother. My older brother ended up going and making a song to a Rick Ross track called Hustlin'. Okay. I don't know if you know that song. It was hustling every day. Yeah. So we did a remix to that. And like at the time I was like, oh my gosh, my brother's the greatest rapper in the world. This is amazing. And then so I was like, man, I want to make one. And then so I ended up going and we had a karaoke machine. And I remember I took in the karaoke machine and got me a blank little CD tape type joint and you know, like comes like a little microphone.
Yeah.
And I did it to who was it? It was was it them Franchise Boys? Or no, it was Boys in the Hood. It was a group called Boys in the Hood. Mm-hmm. And it was a song called White Tee. And I remember I used that beat and I did my first track, my first remix over that.
Do you still know the words to it?
I do not. That was like, man, probably because this is before anybody ever knew I did music. It was probably like 12 years old.
Wow.
And so, yeah, it was a long time ago. But I remember how hype I was.
Yeah.
And I remember I took that karaoke machine. I remember I ran out to my mom. She was watering her flowers. I was like, Mom, listen to this. Boom, click play. She was watering. She was like, yep. That's real good, buddy. Keep practicing. And I was like, yeah. And I ran upstairs and played it for my brother. And my brother was the first one that like really actually made me get good because he kept it real with me.
Yeah.
And he was like, you suck. And I was like,
hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
Dang.
And
put that karaoke machine down.
Yeah. And then, but it's like I never had quit in me. So I remember I went to because I got so excited, just enthused about writing that I never knew I liked doing. And then I remember I went and I took my mom's little you know, the back in the day your mom with that thing, all the numbers and everything run down.
Yeah.
You know, before we got phones and stuff. So I remember when I took that, I ripped the pages out that she had numbers on. I laid them nicely in her, you know, the little thing because I didn't want to get yelled at. And then I took it and then I just started writing in it because that was the only thing I had. And I remember every day I just write verses and verses and verses. And my brother, he was always a gamer. So he'd always be playing video game. And I remember I'd go in his room every day, walk down the hallway, and I'd be like, hey, bro, I got another one. And he'd be like, get away from me. And I'd be like, just listen real quick. And then, so he would just keep playing the game, and I'd rap it to him, and he'd be like, no, you're terrible. Get out of here. And I'd be like, So I go back, I write another one next day. Bro, I got another one. And I rap it to him. You suck. Stop it. Just get away from me.
Yeah, just stop it already.
And then I would just keep coming back over and over and over again. And then I remember I went to him one day and I was like, hey, I got another one.
I got it this time.
And then I remember I rapped that one to him and he ignored me at first, just kept playing the video game. Then he was like, that one wasn't that bad. Oh my gosh, that's all I needed. I felt like fireworks going off and I was just like, I remember I was hyped and then I ran back in. I was just like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, gotta keep going at it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then I just got notebooks and really just started writing and stuff. And he gave me an old stack of CDs that he ain't want anymore. And then like what really made me fall in love with hip hop was I remember the first CD I took out was Ludacris.
Mm-hmm.
There was Ludacris CD and it was an album called Word of Mouth. And then I put it in. The first track I heard was Move, Get Out the Way. And I fell in love with the beat.
That's
and then
a great song too.
Yeah, Luda's wordplay and his flow and his voice and everything. I was like, yo, this is dope, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it just continued to grow like that and everything. Because I remember, when I very first heard it, I was younger. You know, like my parents, they didn't want us listening to rap music because like the cussing and all that and everything. And this is way before I never even knew there was a type of Lecrae's or anything like that out there then.
Yeah.
All I knew was what was mainstream. And I used to hear my brother down the hallway. He used to play Twista. And like that was another reason why I love Twista so much. And I would hear this, I don't need how to need, and I'd be like, who is that? But I always loved it, but I couldn't make out everything because, he'd be in his room with his door shut. I just remember I could hear it. And then when he gave me those stack of CDs, I finally had it all now because I was older and my parents were like, cool. They were like, whatever, you got it now. But anyway, yeah, that's how I fell in love with hip hop. Yeah, my brother and his old CDs. I'm
sitting here listening, so you're great. So what have been the challenges of being a rapper for you?
Oh, man. So when I very first started out, at first, it was just, like anybody being in your city and stuff, people wanted to hate on you. Like when you do everything for a joke and stuff like that, nobody cares.
Yeah.
But as soon as you be like, you know what, actually, I'm gonna take it serious, then haters come.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And like one good way you can always tell if you a hater is when is when somebody just posting a bunch of stuff and and it's positive and it's good and they don't ever say nothing, it's whatever.
Yeah.
But as soon as they say something that is like motivating or or something that like offends them, then they want to start saying all kinds of crazy stuff. But it's like, well, why weren't you saying stuff on anything else? They just pick what they want.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's great though too because I've always been the type that actually feed off of them. So occasionally I like a good hater.
I
gotta
get there. I gotta get to that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I haven't got to where I can feed off.
Yeah, when you're able to harness it and use it for fuel, it's great because then when they come in, they don't know they're actually making me better, and I'm like, good, because it was for a long stint there. I didn't have any and stuff for a while, and but I mean, at least they weren't too vocal to me. I knew they were still there. They just weren't being vocal, but yeah. So when I very first started out, though, I finally started, it was just natural, just people hating and stuff from people from school and all that. Cause I started getting serious like my junior year of high school and stuff. So like people, they would just all say all kinds of crazy stuff. And then after I graduated, then I started getting booked for shows and stuff.
Yeah.
I was getting booked for like birthdays, I was getting booked for all kinds of little gigs and stuff. And then I came out with this one song and it really started to like prevail me through the city and stuff where people were like, oh, okay, this is dope.
Yeah.
But people outside the state already started getting hip to me.
Oh, nice.
And then I started getting booked all around Ohio, and then I started getting booked outside the state. And then when I got outside the state, what I noticed more and more is because the lighter shade of my skin, wherever I would go, people would never believe that I was a rapper. I'd get there and they'd be like, oh, so what you do, man? Because they'd be like, I know you ain't rapping. So I'd be like, no, I'm a rapper. They'd always think maybe I was there because I was a producer or I was just somebody that was wanting to listen. So that was another thing I always had to make for sure, like I came correct and then I came extra.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, sometimes people through their eyes is ignorance is looking at skin and they automatically make a judgment about people. So it was like, that was one thing I definitely did have to go and conquer and stuff. And then after I was done, they'd be like, yo, what'd you say your name was again? Like, then they want to connect and everything with all kinds of different people. And then
a lot of people want to see what you're working with first.
Yeah, 100%. And it's like, you really, really got to be, exceptional and stuff.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people, just just other natural things, man. You know, people want to just, you know, bring you down, not necessarily, you know, want to do all that. And I would say just a lot of like the normal things that a lot of other artists go through. And
Yeah.
but that was just the thing too. And then just overcoming self, you know, believing in yourself that you can really make it happen and everything. And
Yeah.
and I done got that. So I'm just like, you know, I'm just doing my best at everything I do.
So let's talk about this new single that you have out. That's called Trap House.
Let's talk about it.
Trap House.
Yeah.
Let's talk. Where did the name come from? Trap House.
So the name came from, you know what a trap house is?
No.
No? Okay.
Tell me.
So a trap house in the world is actually a drug house.
Okay,
A
gotcha.
trap house is basically, it's like, think of it as like the distribution center where all the drugs are dispersed, put in the bag, whatever they're making, whatever they're selling out, it's all in there. It's all in that one house.
Okay.
And also people can come to it and they can buy stuff out of it. But
Okay.
that's like, think of like the Amazon fulfillment center. That's what it is
Okay.
in the drug world.
Gotcha.
And when I moved from Piqua, Ohio to Columbus for a while, I said it was the hood. Other people would come and they would say it was the slums. I said, chill out, it ain't that bad. But when we got there, there was a trap house right behind our house. And then I was staying with a friend at the time, and he didn't know anything about that world. And I was like, you know, there's a trap house right behind us. And he was like, trap house? What's that? And I was like,
let's go see.
yeah. I was like, yeah, okay, well, let me tell you. And then I told him one day, and then I remember we were out there one day, and like it actually got raided and everything, like SWAT and everything came, raided it. And like the ones that you know that really don't get shut down, and there's some dirtiness going on, like within even the law and everything, is right after it got shut down, 20 minutes later, it was right back jumping. Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay. So they got some people in their pockets and paying some right people.
Absolutely,
and,
yeah.
And it was just crazy. And but I remember there, you know, long story short, once I ended up going and getting saved and everything and really walking with God, I was just like, man, you know, because I love making music. Because this is what I tell a lot of people is my music isn't necessarily to reach the people in churches and stuff.
Yeah.
My music is to reach those people where God had me. God changed me,
Right.
and then so I can go back out and reach them. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, it's what I tell a lot of artists and stuff. I love going into churches. Like, don't get me wrong, I love it because it's like those are all my people in there. You know what I'm saying? I can go in there and, you know, we're already rocking together. But it's like the only thing I can bring to them is like, you know, a revival, or I can bring them like, hey, remember this, you know, and reminders. But it's like in the world, I'm bringing something fresh and bringing something new to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like those are the ones that I know that I've really been called to reach. And so it was like, if you just want to gain fans and all that and stuff like that, I would just stay in churches all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because you automatically get people that automatically want what you're doing. But it's like, I want to be effective. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really, Jesus is the core, and I want to reach souls and stuff like that. So I know in order to do that, I got to make music that is able to be relatable to them. And then I'm able to go and pull them in with something that sounds dope. And, you know, and you really, really, really got to come with, you know, lyrics and flow and all that.
Yeah.
Because I come from that realm. So I tried to tell some people in this other realm that rep God in their music, yo, like, you know, you need to focus on this. This has to be on point, because if it's not, they ain't never going to take you serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I tell a lot of people, you know, a lot of the church folks, you know, and stuff like that, and I'm a church folks, I ain't talking about nobody, but it's like a lot of them always talking about moving in excellence, but they're some of the last ones to move in excellence.
Yeah.
And then I was on the phone with my friend the other day, and I was like, you know who moves in excellence? The LGBTQ community. They move in excellence. I'm telling you, they gonna show up dressed. They're gonna be slanted. Their events gonna be on point, and they got the funding. They got everything.
Absolutely,
because they move together, and they don't move and with the petty artness and all the arguments and stuff.
Yeah.
They come as one, and they get stuff done. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing as when I'm reaching these other people out in the world. I got to come correct. I can't come with them with a track that sounds whack or doesn't sound good, it's not polished and everything. But anyway, so how I ended up getting it is when I was like, man, like, to be relatable to them, I was like, God has everything we need. Like, he is the ultimate source. Like, everything that I ended up going and getting in life, it all came through him. He did such a renewing of my mind and cleansing in my soul, is that I realized that, yo, anything you need in life, whatever it is that you're desiring, whatever it is that you're craving, whatever it is that you're fiending for, he literally has the solution and has the product for all of it.
Right.
Just like how they go to the trap house for everything they need, I go to God for everything I need. And then so being able to put that flip on it and stuff and then put it out there, because I even said in the song, song, I take the world, implement it, and use it as a seed. And that's what I just take what they know, implement it, flip it to a seed for God, and give it right back to him. And that's the way the song's been. And since it's been out and stuff, all the people in that world still here, and they're like, yo, this is fire, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they really like it because, again, I focus on the lyrics, but then it pulls them in because the beat and then the flow, and then they're like, yo, like, you talking about God? And I'm like, yeah, man, what you think? But then now they're already hooked on it because it sounds good. Yeah. And then they're really listening to the lyrics now, and they're like, yo, like, a lot of them are like, I ain't never heard nobody do this before. Like, this is hot, and then it makes them interested, and then I can put them on to, other dope artists that, rap God truly in their music and stuff like that, or they want to hear more of mine, or now, especially in schools, because when I go and I speak at schools, I usually do it different. I'll go and I'll do like, because usually assemblies are like 40, 45 minutes. So I'll go in and I'll do like a 20-minute speech to motivate them and get them to realize their supernatural greatness and stuff. Yeah. And then I'll give them a 20-minute concert.
Absolutely.
Because then it's like, oh, wait, yo, this guy's cool too. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people just come in, with the suits and all that, and they're very powerful. Yeah. But sometimes you're going into speaking to kids that are 15, 16, 17, 18 years old. So they ain't even going to appreciate a lot of that until later in life. Yeah. So it's like, to be able to go and get them to realize it now, you got to come with something dope that they can relate to. You know what I'm saying? And hip hop music, to me, is the most powerful music there is in the world. And when you go and bring that to this young generation, that's what they want to listen to anyway, and you go and bring it to them in a style, now they're like, yo, that dude's dope, or that girl's dope, and then they're going to listen to you more. And then they're going to go and want to follow you on social media. And then
absolutely,
anybody that follows me on social media, they're going to end up following him because that's all that comes out of me. And it's just motivation and God and all that. So that's where though it ended up coming from, is just from real life experiences that I lived. And then I was able to go and take it, like I said, flip it to a seed and then just deliver it back.
That's awesome. Can you give us a little piece of the song?
A little piece of the song? Yeah. Yeah, I could do that.
I'm putting you on the spot.
No, I'm just trying to think of which verse I want to do. But yeah, right now, I'll say it's out everywhere currently, so everybody can go get it right now. But so yeah, all right, I'll just give you the first verse. So it goes, I've been on my hustle selling product in the street. Don't claim colors, but I'm blooded to my feet. Better come corrected, you'll be sifted like wheat. Jeremiah felt the fire, now I'm turning up the heat. Impossible is nothing to me. If I'm your idol, use the title loosely. I've done what they said I couldn't do. Took so many L's, my heart probably black and blue. Don't feel sorry for me, all of my pain tells a story. Share it to my God, then giving my God all the glory. I'ma be one of the illest, I ain't even gotta say it. All of my actions speaking loud. I'm about to go Super Saiyan. Since I was acquitted, I gotta go get it, no, there will be no one to stop me. Welcome to the trap house, I got what you need. Implement the world, then I flip it to a seed. Gotta know the reason, yeah, I'm a rare breed. Here for the lost and I'm here for the weak. So quick with the judging, you don't even know the motive. I'm led by the one with the combat that's explosive. Got the token, I've been chosen, was awoken from the slumber I was under, heard the thunder. Now I gotta go into the one and tell my story, everybody gotta know. First verse.
That's so good. Yeah. I wish I could do that fast stuff that you did.
You can't. I mean, you just got practice, man. You just got practice. And that's the thing. I mean,
that's so funny. That's
I was saying, because I do tell people a lot of that, like, you just got practice, but then I've seen too, I was like, I think it is a gift for some people and stuff.
That's dope.
Yeah, I've tried to get some of my other friends to do it, and they're like, oh, I can't do it. But yeah,
sitting all on you and everything.
But and that's why I said too, like, I know that love ends up coming from like loving hearing Twista down the hallway from my brother growing up and stuff like that. And that's why I've always just loved, Ludacris and Twista, man. They've always been some of my favorite rappers and everything like that. And then Luda, even, if you ever listen to him, he had that flow too. Even though he was from the South, he still had a dope little up-tempo flow. But yeah.
So what motivates you in your rapping? Who motivates you and what motivates you the most?
Yeah. Ultimately, without a doubt, and this ain't cliche, Jesus Christ. Now, for real, Jesus though. But my biggest inspiration outside of that, physically, is the people. That's everything I do. From all the things I do, from my businesses to the power speaking to the music and all that. My drive is always the people. That's what gets me the most excited, because I know everything that I do, and I'm blessed to be able to been given the platforms that I have, from the music to the speaking, even now to God's been opening up more doors of more and more acting, and all these things, they all create a platform where people look at you and it's all eyes on you. And when you have the power of influence, it's great to be someone that's connected to a source that can be a blessing to people instead of destruction to people. So I love being in that arena where that everything I put out is something that's recorded and something that is going to be here generations after I'm gone.
Right, yeah.
So like right now I'm even working on like my first audio CD, and it's called The Keys to a Successful Life. And it's just a bunch of different tapes of different breakdowns of my philosophy that I've formed and other people that I've listened to, wisdom God has given me. And that's going to be out, you know what I'm saying? And it goes up through my distribution, and long after even I'm gone, that's still going to be here.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
That's
and
so
like,
dope.
yeah, the different albums that I got, that's going to be here, you know? And then now I got, actually got my first book I'm about to put out this year. That book, yeah, and it's going to go up digitally.
Congrats.
Appreciate it. Yeah, that testimony is crazy too, just that I wrote a book, if you knew my background. Oh my gosh. But yeah, like literally that's one of 5 that I got going on right now. One of 5 books. And the first book is going to be out, and it's going to be up digitally. So now long after I'm gone, that's going to be up, you know what I'm saying? So to be able to have that influence and have that platform, it's beautiful to me because my drive is people. I want to influence people. I want them to realize that every single person has supernatural greatness inside of them. Every single person. It doesn't matter what you've been through. It doesn't matter what your parents did to you.
Right.
It doesn't matter if your parents weren't there. It doesn't matter what people may have done when you were a child, from molestation to people hating on you all your life. It doesn't affect the gift inside of you. It only is the enemy working to try to get the gift from coming out of you.
Right, yeah.
And if he can get the gift from coming out of you and keeping you silent, then he wins.
Yeah.
The power is when the gift comes out. And that's what I want to get people to realize, is that everybody is special. Everybody is unique. Everybody is loved. It's just a lot of times the world and society makes it look like only certain people are loved.
Right.
But everybody is loved. Everybody has a gift. If everybody walked in the way that we're supposed to be, we're all supposed to be leaders.
Right.
We were all chosen to be leaders. But a lot of people fall into the systems of society and they claim they don't conform to the world. But if I was able to speak with a lot of people, I would show them how deeply they have conformed to the world.
Absolutely, yeah.
And once you break away and unlearn and relearn and have a kingdom mindset instead of society, spoon-fed given mindset, you would realize that we have so much power and we can all offer something to each and every person, and we can be great.
I was actually saying, mentioning that, not to cut you off, I was mentioning that yesterday on my Facebook Live after we had spoke. Yeah. And I was like, listen, guys, y'all just use the gift that God has placed in you, because we're all different. We're all not the same. We have that gift that God has given us. Use it. Yeah. And He's given it to us for a reason, not to just sit on it. Yeah. Not to just, when we do prosper in it, just to only prosper for ourselves. It's for everybody, not just for me.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the thing is that, you know, if you just have selfish motives, it's not going to work. But now if you have self-interest, that's cool, because of you're going to prosper from doing the things God told you to do.
Absolutely,
you know what I'm saying? And now, because I see a lot of people, they have a problem with sowing. They'll do that, but then they're afraid to reap. And it's like, that's a part of the process. Yeah. You only reap because of you sow. So it's like, I just want to sow, but don't get into a spot where you're so holy and humble that now you're not going to reap. Yeah. No, God is wanting you to reap, because when you reap more than what you've sown, and now you have more to continue to do the great things that you did. Yeah. And that's what I see a lot of people in the world, they're doing, is that a lot of people, they're learning the principles of God. They're learning how to get money without God. And then they use it, and the enemy continues to fund these people, because you got to think who's down here, who's running the show. But who did he learn from? So he knows the principles better than we do. Absolutely. So he's able to go and get these people that are not connected to the true source. And that's why you see so many wickedness flourishing in the world. People are always wondering, well, why are they living like hell? And they got all this stuff like this. I've been living for God all my life and stuff like that. Because
why hasn't it happened for me? I'm down here.
Exactly. And it's because a lot of the people, they've been just going through the motions. They've been doing the religious aspect. They haven't continued to unplug. I got this whole thing about the power cord. They haven't unplugged from the power cord, and they haven't plugged into the source themselves. See, because a lot of people in the church, it's like a power cord. The pastor is plugged directly into the wall, the source. And then the other saints, they're plugged into the power cord. Well, when you're plugged into the power cord and that's the only thing you're plugged into, you're getting a less power voltage than the pastor's getting. It's great because the pastor's got a word for you, but now you unplug, and then when you leave that church building, you plug into the source and you continue the relationship with God, because God also has something individual for you. He doesn't just want to speak through that man or that woman on Sunday to you. He has supernatural greatness and ideas that he wants to give to you as well, so that you can prosper.
Yeah.
And you can be driving the nice cars. You can be blessing people. You can be praying and healing folks. You can have the nice house. You can walk as God has called us to.
Yeah, that's what I always say, when you just got to have that time for yourself, that alone time with God, because that way you can grow for yourself and get to know God for yourself, and not only just in the church, not only just when you're with your friends and family and doing different things. Like, for real, like for me, I have come to the conclusion of, when I'm at home, I'm praying. When I'm at home, I'm reading my word. When I'm on the road, when I'm driving to work, I'm praying and asking God, okay, I'm going into work, give me the knowledge, give me the understanding, even with my job, even with the people that I'm going to connect with.
Yeah.
So it's an everyday living, everyday thing that we have to place with in ourself and our mind. And we definitely have to start with our mind first. So.
100%. And since you brought up prayer, I want to talk about it.
Okay.
Because a lot of people, that's where a lot of people fall short is, the Bible says pray without ceasing. It's like, that's great. That's awesome. But I talked to a lot of people, thousands of people, and I've asked hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, and they all give me the same answers. And I end up getting the same 3 answers from everybody. When they talk about they battle with anxiety, they battle with depression, they're trying to get their life better with God. Why can't I hear from God? It always goes back to your prayer life. I remember after I got saved, because I used to be suicidal. I was ready to kill myself. My mindset was, the only person that's going to miss me is my mom, and she'll get over it. That's where I was at.
Wow.
I remember my friend went to work one day. He had a bunch of guns in his room, and I was about to do it right then. Like, my life,
so sad.
Yeah, my life was a mess at that time. But thankful God did not.
Right.
He did not let it happen. And but after I got saved and everything, and I really went into that real relationship with Jesus, and I began to get intentional with my prayer life, because I used to pray all the time, and I believe that kept me and covered me as a child. But then I began to get it really intentional as a grown up, not a grown up, as I became an adult, because I don't believe anybody's ever grown. When you're grown, you're done. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Like, you're always growing. You're always becoming.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so anybody that ever says, like, I'm a grown up, no, you're not. You're an adult, but if you're grown, that means you have reached the pinnacle of growing, and you're basically dead. Never stop growing.
I got you.
Yeah.
I feel that.
So the thing is, when I ask him, I was like, God, why do all these people keep struggling with depression and anxiety? Like, what is going on? And as soon as I was asking him, he spoke to me, and he said, it's their prayer life. And I was like, it's the prayer life. And then so I started doing my research. I started asking a whole bunch of strictly Christian people, all of my friends that were Christians. And almost every single one of them told me the same story. And that's where I got the 3 stories from. And they would all tell me that, man, to be honest, I really need to work on it. I'm working on it, and I need to do better. Some people, they'd be like, honestly, I don't have a prayer life. And then some people, they'd be like, they get defensive, like, I pray all the time. I don't need you to tell me about prayer. I pray every day all the time.
Right.
Okay, great, cool. Chill out. You know what I'm saying? Pit bull. But I always get those same 3 stories.
Yeah.
But what I never got from any of them is when I asked them, I said, tell me, when do you have that intimate quality time with God?
Yeah.
And none of them had it. And I said, exactly. Because it's just like in a relationship with a man and a woman, when you can go and you can get a text, you know what I'm saying, from your man. He can text you all day long throughout the day. He can call you throughout the day and all that. That's great. But you know that you feel the best. It's either at the beginning of the day or the end of the day, when he makes that time for you, and all things are set aside, and he gives you that quality, intimate time. And during that, that's when you feel the best, don't you?
Absolutely.
That's when the relationship, really, you feel the intimacy, right?
Yes. Like, put the phone down, turn the TV off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's all you. Yeah. And taking that, it's the exact same way with God.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And when that happens, and you can answer this being a woman, that's when you're more willing to give more benefits to a man too, right?
Absolutely. That's true.
Same thing with God. When you get in his presence and it's a genuine connection, you pray all throughout the day, but don't skip over the intimate time. Because that is when the intimacy grows in the relationship. That's when benefits come from the relationship. And that's when God is going to be able to go and take things out of you and put things in you during that prayer life. take that depression out, take the anxiety out, take that worry out, put in his peace, put in his love. And it's just a continuous cycle. And then so after I asked all these people and I got all these stories, I said, dang, this is crazy. And then so I said, well, let me look up the scientific, because so many people want to be science and not God nowadays. So even when I talk to these people, I can tell them. So I ended up looking up scientifically, which camera look at all of them, scientifically, these scientists say, who a lot of these people's gods are, the scientists, they say that before you take any prescriptions from any doctors, before you do any type of whatever self-remedies you want to do and harm yourself, they say the best thing you can do is talk about it.
Absolutely.
Scientifically, this is what they said. They said, find somebody you love and talk to them about your problems. And I said, well, ain't that something?
What'd you say?
And then so I thought about it. I said, okay, now let's throw in the faith aspect of it. Who better to vent and talk to that loves you more than anybody than the ultimate source, God himself? Because it's great to talk to physical beings and stuff too. I'm an advocate of it. Do it. Talk. I finally did it one time and stuff. I was like, wow, this works. It feels great. But the thing is that when you talk to other people, you're getting stuff out of you. You may feel good, and you know what I'm saying, and they can listen to you and console you and be there for you. But only God can be the one that puts things back in you that you need. Only he's going to be the one that deposits himself in you. You can't deposit in me. You know what I'm saying? You can tell me good things that, you know, motivate me and please my ears and stuff like that. But only God can literally, physically, spiritually put what is needed in you. He knows the details. So it is a constant recycling process of we speak out, he flows in. We speak out, he flows in. And that truly happens in that real intimate time, that quality time.
It's funny that you mentioned that, because when I was in Arkansas, when I lived there, I had that intimacy time with God. And then when I moved here, it kind of like slacked. And I was like, okay, so I know that I'm missing this and I know that I need to do it, but it was always something taking that space, always in that space and always in that time. And so now it's more like, okay, you got all this time. So what you gonna do with this time? I got to do
Netflix.
No, I don't. Look, I'm not a huge TV. I don't watch a lot of TV. Like seriously,
I know that takes up a lot of people's time. I know,
but I do like the phone. So either I'm on IG or Facebook. Social media. That does take up time too. And then before you know it, 4 hours then already went by, and you just scrolling through, looking at different people.
100%.
Not gonna even do anything for your life. But
well,
it was like now.
It does some things to your life, and it's usually negative. It gets people in compromising themselves.
That's true. So now it's like, okay, you got this time, so what are you going to do with it? And I definitely have come to the conclusion that my intimacy time with God is very important. And that is just like, it's just like a wonderful thing. After I spoke with you yesterday and did my Facebook Live and then had a conversation, and then it was like, okay, God, this is me and you.
Right.
You know, I'm in this place. I need you. I need your help. Like, and nobody I think some people like really think like it's really hard to talk to God. But it's just like me and you sitting here talking.
That's what I tell them.
Chill out, relax, and just talk to them like you're talking to your parents, or I don't know, because some kids and people talk to their parents kind of rudely.
Don't talk to God how some of y'all talk to your parents. 100%. Right. It is just that. But I mean, and that's what a lot of people struggle with, is because they want to see. You know what I'm saying? They want to say, and even the word tells us, faith comes by hearing, not by sight and stuff. So it's like, get over that. Close your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Close your eyes.
A lot of people want to see this stuff. Let me see it. I got to believe it. I only can believe it if I see it.
And that's the thing too, is like when I tell them, think about when you're on the phone with somebody. You can't see them at all. You know what I'm saying?
You believe in every word they say.
Yeah, and and you're just talking. A lot of times when people are venting, it's somebody just sitting there. Every now and then you hear and you're just venting. I'll say that's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? You pray with God, close your eyes, and just talk to him. You know what I'm saying? And I say, expect you call out to his name. Hey, Jesus, listen, Doc, I'm here, man. Hear me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's, wherever you are and stuff, it's why it's, from the, dude from the hood, dude from the church, dude from, middle class to wherever you at. Everybody talks differently, but God is going to be able to relate and listen to wherever you are. All you got to do is call out to him and just speak. Stop being so weird about trying to see everything. And you can't, like they say, you can't see air, but you're breathing it, ain't you?
Right. Yep. Absolutely.
What you breathing?
Absolutely.
What you can't see.
So you are connected with some great guys, and one of them is MC Nice. The next one is PT, the Gospel Spitter.
Yeah, I'm connected with a lot of good people.
So you did a remix with them, right? Was that the SFTK?
Yep, Service
remix?
for the King. Yep.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
So how was that experience? I know that they're great, and I even met the Spitter, the Gospel Spitter at Jay Williams.
Oh yeah, the Gospel Hip Hop Awards.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he was really cool. I love the introduction. It's just like, dude, relax. He has a lot of energy like yourself. So how was that experience working with them?
Yeah, no, it was cool. Yeah, they hit me up and and they said they was wanting me to get on the remix and stuff, and I was just like, bet. I said, we can do that. And then they sent it over, and then just wrote my verse, got it recorded, sent it off to them, and then they said they really liked it, and then they hit me up for the video. We went over and did the video, and it was shot by Ray Knowledge, and now that's out, and he has it up on Apple TV. So I was like, people can go there and get it. It's like you can get on there and stream it. It's like $2.99, I think, to $2.99, not $2.99, but $2.99. You can go over there and you can get it. I was like, and show support, show love, and all the other platforms he's got it on. Out everywhere. Streaming.
Yeah. So how long have you been working with them?
Just for that song. I ran into MC Nice at several other events. Me and Nice always been cool and stuff. I think we met. When did we meet?
Was it in 2019 at the Spin Awards, or you knew before then?
Oh no, you're right. Yeah, I think was it that one? I think that might have. That was one of the first times.
We were all there at 2019 at the Spin Awards.
Yeah, I think that was one of the first times, or it might have been the first. And then we was at we all went to a studio one time, and then that's where I met PT. Was at a studio there. Then after that, it was just one of the medians had always been Jay in between and stuff like that. So they would just reach out to him when they was wanting to get to me.
So Jay has been connecting everybody together.
Me and Jay, we've been working together now since I think 2020. I think it was now.
Nice.
So we've been partnered up working in this thing.
That's cool. So I'm trying to see what else that you got here. You got I Am About That Life.
Oh yeah, that's an old one now. That was actually it just won another award though. At the Rhythm of Gospel Awards and stuff. So shout out Miss Mark Rogers and they all cool people. They run a cool, nice award show over there, real cool. They ended up going and nominating me for it. It was the best of the best category they had for last year, and it was basically like their past winners. They basically chose the best of all the categories and genres and stuff. And I feel honored they even chose me and stuff. It was like it wasn't even a voting thing. It was their their teams they went through. And I know some dope other rappers and artists that they've had through there and stuff. So I was just like, me? I'm just honored.
Well, you're out here working hard too, just like everybody else.
Yeah, I know, but you know what I'm saying? I just walk with a humble spirit, you know what I'm saying? So, but it was just cool because there's a lot of artists that I like, you know what I'm saying? And they thought to choose me over all of them stuff. So winning that was really cool. But that was actually the second song that I ever put out after my transition and stuff. The first one was Surrender, and then About That Life was second and everything.
Where did Lost and Found fall into play at?
Lost and Found was so those two songs I just named. That was my first album, Internal Conversations. That's it's out everywhere. They can stream it wherever. And then Lost and Found was off of my last album, Resilient. And that one came out 2018.
I'm hitting up all the good ones. What about All God?
Yeah, All God. That's going to be on the new album. So All God is coming out on the new album. It's called In My Own Lane, and that'll be out shooting for this fall of this year and stuff.
Awesome.
So I'm super excited. As you just heard, I said Resilient. My last album came out 2018. So for this long stretch of being able to actually get this new project out, there was a lot of stuff that went on in my life, and then just people I was working with and all that and stuff. So it was just a long stint of still putting out some stuff here and there, but actually having a whole project, and now finally be able to tour again off of this, because I haven't went on my own tour since 2016 of the Internal Conversations album. I didn't get to go on a tour for the Resilient tour. I still kept doing shows all around and stuff, but not an actual tour. And then so now putting one together again for this new project, I'm super excited. Again, like I said, it's just the people and just to get out there and see new faces and just, because I go everywhere too, from
You know,
bunch
the
of different
one that
places.
I like was Prevail featuring Ricardo Lambert.
That's my guy, man. Oh man, I love RL. Such a talented dude. But yeah,
Yeah.
that one was on Resilient. And yeah, I love that track, man. Just the beat was by Juice Bangers. So shout out Juice. Me and him, we've worked together a long time too, since he was like 11. He was close by. He was from Mississippi.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ricardo Lambert, that was my guy, man. RL, he's from Cincinnati, Ohio. He lives out in New Mexico now. Such a talented guy. Yeah, so I was like, and people that want to hear like music on the regular, go to his YouTube channel. Just type in Ricardo Lambert or RL music. Like he's putting out new songs all the time, and he's just a real talented dude. Just love his and not even just outside the music. Like he's got a great heart. He's one of the few people like him, Jordan Copus, and some other guys that I've really connected with throughout my journey of music that I've met. That's been like, you know what I'm saying, like real about what they represent, what they talk about, and just real, guys that I've been able to connect with and, become friends with and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's always putting out music, man. And my guy Jordan, he just dropped a new album, about to drop another one. So go get him too.
So you have your hats, you have your T-shirts, you have your arm wristbands.
Yep.
So tell us all about that too.
Yeah, so I ended up I've been printing up clothes for a long time now, from touring around doing shows and stuff. And then I ended up going and just started up my own clothing line and stuff. So now actually I'm the owner of Luha Apparel, and it
Luha.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that's a whole story even behind the name, but yeah, so we got the bands, we got the necklaces, we got shirts, we got book bags, we got winter hats, regular hats, we got, I think I said shorts, hoodies, everything but shoes, socks, underwear, and that's probably not too far off, but
that's cool.
But yeah, got that, and yeah, it's got jewelry and all of it and stuff. And actually I actually just started up really pushing its own page now on IG and stuff. So so if y'all know Luha Apparel, Luha Apparel, go follow that on IG. But yeah, I'll say I got my own clothing line up there and everything, and it's dope. I love it. I've always loved printing up clothes and putting messages on clothes and stuff. And I got some new design drops that's probably going to be coming probably within the next 2 weeks and everything.
Awesome.
But yeah, it's up there. And if you ever see me out at an event or something, it's always cheaper to buy it in person. So come out to an event, you know what I'm saying? Or you can get it on Shopify, either one.
Absolutely. So what's next for J-Nibb? What's next for you?
So coming up next, I'll be heading up to New York. Got a concert up there. And then I got another acting gig we'll be doing here in Atlanta. And then heading back over to North Carolina. And then working on to finish up the rest of the M.O. Land album, which I'm so excited about. I got like 4 more tracks I got to finish doing. And then that'll be already ready to go. That'll end up, like I said, coming out this fall. I'm really, really excited. Going to have more like custom merch just for that. And then really setting up the tour for that and everything. Actually already started reaching out to the people. Got some people in Michigan we're talking to, people back in Cleveland, Ohio. I already know, I'm sure I'll be back over in Greensboro, North Carolina, some places here in Atlanta. So it's really cool to have these connections too. Yeah. That is like, I already got people that's, wanting to do it and it ain't even done yet. So just really just continuing to get more bookings already for that. And then when that gets ready, just really setting up that tour and just really going out and just being effective for the kingdom, man.
Awesome.
All stages and all areas.
Congratulations.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate you.
Congratulations. So let the people know where they can connect with you, where they can get you for an interview and get your merch again.
Yes. So everything, you can go to just my website is jnibb.com. That's j-nibb.com. Everything is on the booking page, or anytime new merch and new music videos, and even all the different speeches I do and stuff, they'll be coming up on there soon. Or you can go over to my YouTube channel. It's just J-Nibb TV. Everything, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, /JNIBB. And yeah, so reach out to me and let's do something or talk about something.
You are hilarious. You guys heard it right here with your sister and your friend Crystal Whitaker with the one and only J-Nibb, you guys, on the Morning Jam podcast. We out of here. Bye, guys. If you enjoyed this podcast, tune in each week on thinkingoutloudnetwork.com. Be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share with your friends and family. Until next time, peace.